Alright, ladies and gentlemen, unfortunately this is not a lab that you can really do at home unless you have some equipment. But that's okay, you're going to be my lab partners. I have already taken our bags for step 2 and folded the napkins over and put them in. And I already have our little cups labeled. If you have not read the lab yet, I'd highly suggest going back on Canvas and reading the lab first, so you have an idea of what I'm doing and why I'm doing it. So, this is cup number 1 because I didn't actually label them all. There we go. I have a beaker here just full of water, and I'm going to take a look at cup number 1. For beaker number 1, I just want 20 milliliters of water and 0 milliliters of the chemical. The chemical that our group will be testing is vinegar. So I'm going to go ahead and take my water and pour 20 milliliters. Set it down so I can read the meniscus, and that's a perfect 20. For the next one, I want 18.75 milliliters of water. And this one's so hard to read. I'm right there at 18. Now beaker number 2 also says it gets 1.25 milliliters of the chemical. In this little beaker, I have our vinegar that I poured in from the big bottle. And I am just going to estimate that, since we don't have the proper equipment here, with a quarter dropper full. Next beaker is looking for 17.5 milliliters of water. So once again, that's a little bit too much. Perfect. Into beaker 3. Beaker 3 is looking for 2.5 milliliters. So we're going to try to get this dropper full. It's about half full. So I'm going to do another little bit. Now here's where it gets easier. Beaker 4 wants 15 of water and 5 of the acetic acid, also known as vinegar. So I'm going to pour carefully. That's 15. And then I want 5 of this. Perfect. Next one, 5 is 10 and 10. So I'm going to start with the water. 10. And then 10. Perfect. And the last one we're doing is just pure vinegar. 20 milliliters, undiluted. And I need a little more vinegar. Nope. Too much. This is why we always pour into a second container so we don't contaminate the big batch, since this graduated soda will have some remnants of water in it. There we go. Now that I have each concentration, so 0, this one has a 0.25, 2.5 milliliters, 5 of the chemical, 10, and this one is purely the vinegar. You're going to go back at the end and fill in this chart with the percentage. It has the formula up here. And if you're clever, you can find the answers already in the packet. Now what I'm going to go do is pour my concentrations in the properly labeled bag. So cup 1, I'm going to pour in bag 1. I'm going to let that paper towel in there soak it up. Number 2 goes in bag 2. And so on. Now what I'm going to do is count out 10 radish seeds. And these things will germinate very quickly. We should see them germinating by tomorrow, hopefully, if not the day after. And I'm going to put them on the paper towel itself. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, and that should be 10. So why do you think we have one with just water? What would that group be? Oh no, too stuck my finger. And these are all going to be stored in a dark place every single day for you. I'm going to be taking a picture. So you can count how many have germinated and how many have not. And yes, they will germinate without oxygen in a dark place. Think about it, these things usually germinate underneath the soil, which there's some oxygen. There's still a little bit in the bag too. Besides, plants don't need oxygen anyways. They need carbon dioxide, which will also be in there. So make sure every day to check Canvas, copy down your data onto your chart that's in the lab, and the last day we're going to graph. And the last one. Do you have more in there? I like count 9. Yeah, I think I lost one. Here we go. Alright, you all were great lab partners, and I'm excited to see you tomorrow with some results.